Hey guys, this is Maddock for Poi Tutorial. This is the second part of our video over plane control and all that good stuff. And right now, Aether gets to be my dummy.
Yay!
Alright, so you might be thinking to yourself after the past, a couple videos, hey, I've got my Poi, I've hit myself with them a lot.
But Maddock, this hurts!
Well, then fix it.
If
the Poi hurt, change what you're using as weights. If you're using rocks and that hurts, you should probably change it to something softer, like balloons filled with rice.
Maddock, why haven't I done that?
Because you're foolish. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, oh, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. You're a guy, it happens.
Yes, it does.
So, you're thinking to yourself, I've really got this. Split time down, just take a breather, Ethan. I've got this split time down, I've got back time, I've got counter time, I've got all this stuff. Where do I go from here? Well, my personal favorite part of dancing in Poi is the transitions, which are very basic. It's just saying, how do I go from spinning forwards to spinning backwards and have it look good and not have to stop and think about it? Well, this is what we call transition. So the first transition that we're going to do is front to back. And you can see Aether do it right now. Alright, basically what he's doing is he's scooping the Poi over his feet. So he's swinging down. So he's taking that, swinging down. And as he swings down, the Poi are in the perfect spot to start swinging backwards. It's fairly simple. If you want to do what he did, which is sit there and swing them back and forth like a pendulum for a while, that'll work just fine. It's just however you want to get comfortable with it, and as long as you get it good, you should end up doing this, going back. Now that's all great. You've gotten that down. Everything's good. You're now spinning backwards. Woo. And you may be going, but Maddock, now I can't spin forwards. I don't know how to do that. Well, we here at Mr. Poi Tutorial have the remedy.
Woohoo!
Over the head. Magical, wasn't it? So, you spin over your feet, and now this one is the exact same, only it's over your head instead of swinging by your feet, like a rainbow.
Rainbow action.
Yeah, but not like a double rainbow. Just one rainbow. Woo! Yeah, there he goes.
Double rainbow glory.
Alright. So those are the basic transitions. You're going to want to get those down pretty good. They're really basic, and there's some other transitions that add a little more flavor to it, a little more flair. It looks nicer. But these, you guys, you're going to have to know these because there are some tricks that you can't do those really pretty flavorful transitions, which we will now be discussing now. And also, thank you, Aether, my dummy.
Yeah.
Remember, as soon as you've got these going forward same time, try them out split time. It's going to feel kind of awkward at first. You just really want to get it into your muscle memory. Just a nice rule of thumb to get something in your muscle memory. You're going to have to repeat it about 400 times is a nice number, and then it'll just become second nature to you, and you won't even have to think about it. So you're going to do it same time. Both of them, until you get it nice and down, it looks smooth. Then, as soon as you have that done, you're going to get a little crazy and go split time.
Woo!
And so you're going to switch it, and remember to keep the split time going the entire time. It's important. Alright, on to the next set of transitions.
Yes, sir.
My personal favorites. Alright, so the first nice flavorful transition is getting from forwards to backwards. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to scoop your hands behind you and hit yourself in the shoulder with your Poi. That's the first step. So just sit there and get that down. You're going to want to really get your hands tucked, just like that.
Even do that motion if you feel necessary.
And just hit your shoulders. But don't lose your Poi. Now, yes. Now, as soon as you are like, hey, I'm kind of tired of hitting myself in the shoulders, instead of hitting yourself in the shoulders, right as they're about to, you're going to turn. Like that.
Whoa!
Show it going the other way. Now, so that they can see what's happening behind. Alright, so I hope you got a pretty good look at that. Basically what it is it's a scooping motion behind you. And they'll be going backwards. They're going to scoop over your head if you're doing it correctly. They shouldn't be scooping down like the other transition does. They scoop over your head like the rainbow. But they do it behind yourself. Alright, so once you have that, you're going to want to move to the next one, which is how to get from going backwards to forwards, which is the same thing, just reversed. You're going to want to lift and hit yourself in the butt with your poi. I know. You're going to want to do that a few times, get it nice and good, so you're nice and comfortable with it, you know what you're doing, everything is good with the world. As soon as you're comfortable with that, you're going to do the exact same thing. You're not going to hit yourself anymore, you're going to turn. Just like the first one.
Did I get it?
Yes, you got it.
Woo!
Good job, Aether. So, that's a very nice one. You're just going to want to practice that. That one is actually a nice kind of rule of thumb is that when you're doing the first set of transitions, you know, forward to back goes down, backwards to forwards goes up. And then when you're doing the nice flavorful transitions, it's the opposite. Forwards to backwards goes up, and then backwards to forwards goes down. It's just sort of something to think about. You're going to want to get those down in your head and all nice and sparkly and clean. And then as soon as you do that, you do it split time.
Wait, I can do this. Maybe. I can do it this way.
Yeah, there you go. Alright. So you want to do the split time, and if you even want to get a little bit crazy with it, you're going to want to go counter time. So that you're essentially doing 2 transitions at once. And you can get good at that. You can, yeah, and that's all the basic transitions. That's, you know, those are all pretty universal transitions for all tricks. You know, no matter what you're doing later on in Poi. So now what you have to do is you have all these transitions down. You have your planes down. You know, you have all that stuff. So now what you're going to do is you're just going to play around with it. You're going to sit there. My apologies for the sneeze. You're just going to sit there and play around with your space. You're going to play with the planes. You're going to play with the transitions. A good way to play with the planes is do exactly what Aether is doing right now. Start with your side plane, move it in to a wall plane, and bring it to your other side. And then go back again. And then do that same thing with your other hand. Also, trying all the different kinds of spinning. So, you know, that side-to-side spin, up and down spin, the scooping spin, and just your standard spin. Try to start with the standard and then get fancier as it goes on. As soon as you have that down, you're going to do this. You're going to take both of them in your hands, move it into wall planes, and then bring it in so they're coming towards you. And then you're going to flip them back out so that they're going backwards.
It's like they do it by themselves, Maddock.
I know. It's magical. It's the magic of Poi, of rice and socks. And so that's a really nice thing to do. So as soon as you have all of this stuff down, guys, you can just play around with it. Just really take this time because you don't know any tricks yet. You just know, you know, the foundation of what, basically what we've done with your Poi dancing self. Is we've given you the foundation, the nice structure of what all of your Poi is based off of. You know, we haven't taught you any tricks. We haven't shown you any of the advanced stuff like butterflies, 3-beat weaves, stalls. We haven't shown you any of this kind of stuff. We will get to that though. But before you take the time to go and learn those tricks, take this time to really explore your space and to figure out all the kinds of fun stuff that you can do with these transitions. And really just explore around you. Make sure you're comfortable. Make sure that you're not afraid of the Poi anymore. That the Poi are your friends, even if they hit you.
I shall not be afraid.
Good job. So, all of this stuff is good. You play around for a while, you get it done, and then as soon as you have all this perfect and you have a nice, good foundation of what Poi is about, you can move on to our next videos.